All right, folks. So now we're going to move into actually a matchup that matters a lot. Liquid really needs to win every single series from here on out. Certainly every match from here on out because they have struggled. But for I think the first time this week, as in the bottom left, Khelazhur, caster intros. For the first time, Elazer's joined. So now it is playing today Khelazhur, Elazer, Clem. Clem, of course, played early for that last set, so they're playing that off replays. And then Clem, I don't know what he did again in stream, but then he proceeds to absolutely smack Harstem. And I was kind of hopeful about Harstem, but it seems like his Clem is still on another level. But I am actually going to be very interested to see how adopted or not adopted the Frost Giant game is going to be in Korea. Because I don't think we need Korea to make it a big esport. But on the flip side, it will be interesting to see, like how, because we had with StarCraft, you know, we had this culture of the Korean supremacy from the start, you know, or maybe like at least the start of Heart of the Swarm. Once wasn't what was the one that wasn't Kespa? The other Korean Esports Association that wasn't Kespa that played StarCraft 2 from the start. And even then, I mean, they started shipping over and they were very good and they did very well. But it would be interesting to start like a Blizzard like, a StarCraft like, or whatever this ends up being, an esport without this culture of assumed Korean dominance. Not NASL, no. I don't know anything about. I don't know if they were even invited to the previews. Honestly, Rexstar, I don't know anything about the Korean feeling on the scene. And Steadfast, that's how you know. No. This was the. I want to say like TES, not TESPA. That's a collegiate thing. It was the equivalent of KESPA. It's not like WCG's in my head, and that's not what it was either. But it was the Korean Esports Association for StarCraft 2 before KESPA took over, before they had that forced transition. And I cannot remember the name of it, but like that DRG was part of that. Like, it was such a big deal because I think it was DRG was the last Korean pro, like the last non-KESPA pro in like GSL. And that was such a big deal. And then he finally fell out and went to military. And now he's back and actually looking really good. But Steadfast saying you didn't think you did all that well. I think you did great. I think we all did. I think the cast today was pretty good. I think the Stray Discast was a lot of fun in particular. But that's, folks, how you know right there. You see Steadfast in my chat. He's saying, look, I think I could have done better. And that's how he will be better and continue to like just be awesome. That's what you want to see out of your casters. Meanwhile, I think I'm perfect and literally cannot improve. And that's also what you want to see. Unceasing arrogance from the mouth of this streamer. And unceasing arrogance. But thank you, Bradford Otfellow. I'm glad you enjoyed. Did you enjoy the double tie setup? I wasn't sure whether Steadfast was going to go for a regular tie or bow tie, so I did both. I think it worked out pretty well. But folks, I'm excited. We got a TVZ in this game, and actually, this is a pretty evenly matched setup. I think in general, I might even put Ratatta a little bit favored in this matchup. I ran a show match between Ratatta and Vindicta on Tuesday night, and Ratatta actually he dumpstered Vindicta. It was 5-2. The two maps that Vindicta won, it was kind of like a snowballing 2-on-1, something like that. Didn't really work out. Like, it wasn't like, oh wow, straight up macro game. And I mean, Khelazhur's good. He was in the finals as, ooh. Do you like BCs? BC, I like BCs. But I mean, look, he looked pretty decent. He made the finals. He actually played some pretty cool games against Special in the LATAM finals, but there are no particularly extremely impressive Zergs in Latin America anymore. I mean, maybe there's Jim. But Jim is, he's a variety streamer now that kind of goes in. He didn't even make the playoffs this time. First 5 people that say they want to sub, get one. I want a sub. Like, nice foot-long steak and cheese. Eric's pretty good, that's true. But, like, When I'm talking about impressive Zergs, I'm talking about someone that can hold a candle to like the top players in Europe or the top players in NA. Hey, Rex, thanks so much for the gift sub to Xtini. He's not lying. Folks, 4 more of you, you gotta beg. You gotta get down on your knees and beg as the Hellions dive on in, and a couple of them fall, but they get lings as well. Oh, Rextor is probably like the most generous guy in the scene. He actually, it was a lot of fun. He had me for when the no idea when this league is finishing, but when we had the old Alpha X Junior Championship, he brought in a bunch of people for Rushy, because Rushy's big event to cast with for the season finals at the end of the year. So there was a day that Rushy had with Rotterdam, a day he had with Zombie Grub, a day I was able to do with him. It was pretty great. And Battlecruiser teleports in the main base here, and the Queens actually, they're just not in position. So we're gonna see 1 Queen go down before much of anything. And the whole point to holding this is you gotta have like 7 Queens. You gotta have 7 Queens right there to deal with the Overlords, and that is what the Hellion pressure is doing in part. So a 2nd Queen falls. Now, it's not really gonna get the Spore, but 2 workers have died. And honestly, more importantly than getting the workers is the fact that he's killing Queens, because realistically, especially as the 2nd Battlecruiser gets ready, you need these Queens to defend. And you actually need to have more than that to defend. There's a Spire on the way eventually, so he will have Corruptors. Please, dive on top of that Queen. Kill that Queen off. You will be okay. The Spore does not have enough DPS for that to happen. But this is starting to snowball here. This is a lot of dead workers. There's going to be another dead Queen. Hellions have not been able to dive into the 3rd base just yet, but now the Queens have to rotate over, which Khelazhur realistically just click the Battlecruiser off the side, try to dive in, but I guess there are enough Zerglings right now. A Rextor, just for that, just for Thorn's absolute cheekiness, you should give the sub to Thorn. You should give him, you should allow for his worst nightmare, is what's happening. He doesn't want to be associated with me? Make him associated with me. There we go. That's how that one works. But okay, Zerglings from Ratatta onto the other side of the map right now. Mutas are actually out, which does mean that this Battlecruiser will be able to just teleport back home. Hellbat's finding great value, but here comes on the other side of the map. Lings try to find their way on in, but this is mech. So we'll cancel the 4th base, but there are plenty of Hellbats to knock this one down. No, Rextor. Don't time him out. Gift him a sub. You attract more you catch more flies with honey than kindness. Or you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. There, I'm sorry, folks. It's been a long day. Mutas come diving in now, but of course, Battlecruisers, they trade pretty well against Mutas. It becomes a little odd. Battlecruisers have just so much HP that they don't really die to Mutas, but also Mutas don't really kill Mutas all that quickly either until they have maybe +1. So Mutas dive in, they get 10 workers, only losing like a Muta or 2. The Thors are now on the way. Khelazhur, he's going to have his 4th base soon enough, and 1-1 and all these wonderful things. And wouldn't we see really mech like this for the most part? Folks, there are still 3 gifted subs available. Do you not want to spam the Bayo Frodo emote? I can't believe you all. I thought people would be clamoring for the honor of being associated with me. The dubious honor. There we go. All right, Thorn, you're stuck with me. You're stuck. There's no coming back. I mean, Team GP it always has this kind of weird chance, especially like if Cham is on his game. And Cham, you know, we talk about impressive South American Zergs. Cham is one of them. Battlecruiser does fall. We have real Kenny Loggins in the chat. That's pretty cool. All right, but here the Hellions, they come flying on in. Looking for Surround, actually. The Zerglings are going to find it, but of course, Blue Flame says a lot. But when it's around like this with the Banelings, they get those good connections. It really does knock down a lot of this. But it's going to be interesting to see just how... You know, Solar's ZVP right now is not good. Like, it is by far his worst matchup. Prince shows something special. I'll buy Prince winning. I don't know that I buy Cham beating Spirit. But, I mean, Cham has shown some tremendous ability to win games in this matchup. Oh, by the way, folks, yeah, we got the ticker. Right now, it's like every other day on my YouTube because DreamHack made me too busy. But somewhere between every day and every other day, I upload what I hope to think are pretty fantastic VODs in 4K. on my YouTube channel. So Twitch only lets me put up like 6,000 kilobits a second. These videos are like 80,000 kilobits per second in terms of bit rate. They're crispy. So if that's your bag, go check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Failmolf. And well, sure, that's my shilling for right now. But the Battlecruisers are going to find this army. They're going to have to teleport home. Well, they're going to Yamato and teleport home, but that means that is a dead, not dead. If it was Ryung against anyone but a Zerg, I'd say absolutely Ryung taking him out. But because it's Ryung against Raynor, no way. Although I guess Ryung's TVZ has been getting a little bit better recently. Okay, here come the Corruptors. Muta's on the left side trying to knock this planetary down, but, well, Thors are here, and... oh, those Mutas, they evaporate. That is a bit scary, but on the right side as well, Ratatta trying to find his way on in against this tank line, but the Hellions are doing a damn fine job, and guess what? Battlecruisers, the Calibers in the sky, they're going to knock so much of this down. Actually, Biles are going to land, but Battlecruisers at 500 HP each. You need a lot of those Biles to kill too much of anything. Folks, they're free subs. I love free subs. Free subs make my day. Like when I go to another channel, someone gives me a sub, makes me so horrendously, tremendously happy. Yes, the roaches are the cattle in this analogy. Khelazhur. Biff Jesus, there we go. And from there we just go to buff Jesus. Anyway, so Hellions on the left side. They're gonna, well, they're actually not gonna find much of anything. Lingbane surrounds, says boom, boom, boom. They're dead. Do it. Loggins MF Kenny. He has a great need. And there's Practice X as well. And there's your two. Rextor, you found your last two willing subjects. But Loggins MF Kenny, what is your favorite Kenny Loggins song and why is it Pooh Corner? Okay, Battlecruisers though, they got their Yamatos off. They teleport back home now. Or whatever this. What is the is the song actually called Pooh Corner? Or like 100 Acre Wood? I don't know what it is. Chris, is it called? No, it's called Christopher Robin, right? Playing with the boys. Fair enough. Did you see the new Top Gun movie? Did they have any Kenny Loggins in that? Did they bring back Danger Zone? Great. I've heard good things about it. I haven't seen it. There's like one there's one movie theater in my town that realistically is we have like one that has like three screenings on Fridays. But here comes Ratatta coming in now. Biles get dropped on top of these tanks. Actually, we're gonna see this base go down, which yeah, it actually looks like you lose the 5th base as well. Oh, wait a minute here. The repair is pretty damn good. The Battlecruisers, they return, but the base does go down. That was pretty damn expensive though for Ratatta. Yamato's on the backside. Thor is finding their way in as well, but now these Corruptors, they're gonna try to get another base, which of course is not super tanky just yet. It is not a planetary. The Khelazhur says that fine. I just killed a lot of your stuff. So time for me to run across the map. I have 2-2. I'm pretty much maxed out here. I have a scary army. And I just lost 2 bases, so I gotta make something happen. Question though is whether Ratatta is gonna be able to take the fight well enough. Because the way you fight next, realistically, is you go, as Widowmine goes and knocks them down. Hey, Clava. Thanks so much for the sub. As Biles is actually going to be really nice here. One Battlecruiser teleporting back home. Good splits actually from Khelazhur right now. Notice he's not really sieging up his tanks right now because he wants to make sure he can dodge the Biles. And the tank DPS just unsieged is going to be good enough here. But of course, you don't fight the mech army once. You fight it in waves. You find ways to just force them back. But now the tanks, they are sieged up here because there are no Ravagers anymore. Khelazhur keeps pushing on in. Battlecruisers, 2 of them, they still remain. They have not teleported just yet. Thors are still alive. And we're now at that point where as the Zerg player finds his production camp, the Nashville in the 3rd base, you can't circulate anymore. It's a lot harder to do that whole, yeah, I'm going to take like 3 fights, and eventually I'm going to clean your army up by the 3rd one. We also got to remember, while the supplies are somewhat even, there are like 10, 15 Corruptors on the map. And that is really dead supply. Maybe it locks the Battlecruisers down, but really that's not the game-ending fight here. And instead, Yamato can teleport back home. Biles landing once again, but these Thors, 3-3 Thors, folks, they do as much DPS as DTs, and we see that there. Khelazhur falls, or Ratatta falls, Khelazhur takes game 1. Also, Rexter, thanks so much for the real sub, not just the gift subs. I do appreciate it. Is spot at the bottom right. Up one. Khelazhur. In the bottom left. In the upper left. In the red. He's down one. Ratatta. Kind of sad, folks. We had Steadfast and I had a plan at one point that we never really actualized. Now we can't do it until like Atlanta, maybe. Logins, MFK. You get a gift. You get subbed before you follow. That's just how it works sometimes. Okay. But the plan was to come out of a break and just like stare at the camera, not you know, and just think better of talking until we get to the player cams. I don't know if that would have been funny or not. For sure. I don't like that. Can someone can I time out my mod? Did that remove his mod status though? That's the, I don't know if that, do I have to remod him? I don't know, actually. Oh, okay, I need to remod. Oh no, you still have the badge, okay. Yeah, folks, again, the bracket's not accurate. All right, so you should still be mod fishers. I timed him out, and he's now for like a couple chats afterwards. He wasn't showing as a mod, but like on my end, so I just modded him anyway. Anyways, whatever. Do I regret the subs? Why would Rextor regret subs? Yeah, for sure. You called me Beodilf, and that is like, I don't know how I feel about that one. So like, timed out. Oh, also, folks, if you're because, well, oh, sick. Oh, sick. Zombie Grub is streaming from Korea. That's pretty cool. Anyways, where was I going with this? Links onto the other side. They're gonna find a well, they're gonna find a command center. We gotta point out, by the way, the format of this setup is map 1 for all 3 series is determined in advance, and they set players to it. But map 2 is just loser pick. So that is why we are here on Pride of Altaris, because it's a Zerg map. And Ratatta says, absolutely, give me that one. But yeah, anyway, so again, I should just turn the bracket command off. But I did not update the bracket command for this because this match has already happened, and I don't want there to be spoilers. Yeah, that's where that is. Lost my train of thought. Low, in the middle, too slow, Richligan. Cut the pickle. Do that thing where like you put your fingers before unfocused eyes, and then you have a floating finger, like a floating hot dog. I'm literally 5. Actually, no, I'm not literally 5. I turn 26 tomorrow. I really meant today, folks, to go and get a birthday hat, and then I just got kind of too sucked into watching the games. Okay, so for sure, here's how WTL works. There are 3 set maps for every series. So there are 2 series a day for 3 days out of the week. Thank you, Rextor. But again, 2 series, 3 days out of the week. The first map, as we have God Bruisers once again, folks. See how many roaches he's able to herd. Honestly, you want to talk about the birthday present, Khelazhur? Casting the second to last day of DreamHack. Casting the losers finals or the elimination finals or elimination semifinals for an A, the upper bracket finals for an A. Yeah, we take those. Absolutely great birthday present. But I meant to go and go out and get a birthday hat for the broadcast today. I was going to wear it all broadcast, and then I got busy with work last night and then prepping for this, and then I probably could have gone out in the middle of the broadcast and gotten it, but you're always like a little worried that maybe you got to fill something, even if they were forecasters today. So forgive me, folks. I have sinned. I'm sorry, but now the Hellions are going to find their way into the mineral line here. How many do they get? The answer is nothing. Not a single drone dies. Which is good, because then you get to listen to me drone on for a little bit longer. I was a big fan of the pain of the The whole discs game plan is fragile because is fragile glass because it's painful. I think I saw the most, like, I think I heard the groans from Twitch chat on that one during the broadcast. I think, like, I heard just the consecutive groans around the world just impacting me physically. But now Battlecruiser teleports over. This time, though, Ratatta is much better prepared. The Queens are there. There's 4 there, and actually, this is a Battlecruiser that's got to get the heck out of Dodge. And meanwhile, on the other side, Lings are going to find a couple Hellions, but Hellions are so good against Lings, so not really going to need all that much. Meanwhile, though, Battlecruiser was able to kill 5 workers. Or something. Maybe Hellions dive in the natural, got 5 workers, and Hellions trying to find their way into the 3rd base as well. And line them up. 7 workers go down. They're just not reacting. 9 workers go down. And yeah, the Battlecruiser didn't find much, but 12, 14, 15, make it 17 maybe. 16. Okay, 16 will pay the price. Pay that iron price. The price of blood and steel. Thor 969. Yes, it was really sheet. Really sheet. Proud of you, Bill. Yeah, you know what? If you talk about unionizing, the fact that Terrans build SCVs that have people in them, as the roaches find their way, try to find maybe some commensurate damage, and Hellions really do not fight this all that well. But a battlecruiser is home, and while battlecruisers don't kill roaches incredibly quickly, it will clean this up eventually. But as we had tanks as well, this really should be fine. 7 workers fall, but it was like 16 drones, so you're not happy about it, but you're okay. But talking about unionizing workers, the thing we got to remember, folks, Terrans, they choose every game to build somewhere between 60 and 80 SCVs. SCVs are effectively mech suits that people are in, which of course die horribly in most games. What we have to remember, of course, though, is Terrans have access to mules, more efficient robots, and more efficient robots that they're just better. Sometimes they do build 200 plus 2. That is true, Thorn, but we're talking about normal games. And Terrans, instead of going for the more efficient, robotic, life-saving mules, they choose to kill somewhere. They choose to have somewhere between 60 and 200 SCVs and allow them to die. Like, what is this? Do you see what I'm getting at here? This is just purely unconscionable. The battlecruisers they run across, and actually they're going to wait a little bit because there's not a lot of corruptors there, but now they're going to rotate back home anyways, and Hellions find their way into the natural. Ratatta just really not on top of defending these Hellions, or these this aggressive option, these harassment options from Khelazhur in Game 1 or Game 2. He has 18 more drones. Mules explode, though they're limited in use. Yeah, because there's no incentive to make them better. Imagine if the full might of the Terran Dominion got together and said, yeah, we like an SCV suit doesn't break down. What's the difference? The computer, well, that shouldn't break down all that quickly. Like, we just need a little bit of R&D here, and we save hundreds of Terran lives on a daily basis. Saying that they are not engineered well enough yet, that is a really poor argument, Fishy 116. That sounds like the argument of the oppressor. I can't believe my Twitch chat would support such a thing, but, you know, I'm surprised on a daily basis by the depths of depravity the Twitch chat gives. But anyway, Hellions diving in once again, and we're not going to see that. In fact, actually, the drone's a little stuck now because there is an Evo chamber at the other side. You got to cancel that one. 18 appears to be the magic number. Will we have it this time? It's going to be 14, 16. Okay, 16 is the magic number. That's fine. Ratatta has lost about 40 workers this game. And that is a horrendous, horrendous, horrendous thing. Cars took down the jobs of charioteers, innovation, and then we had mechanics. Honestly, yeah, that's pretty accurate. The Terran Dominion is not the most socially conscious. Actually, honestly, really not the most. Like, the most we get is Protoss, and even still, we have the whole Nerazim, which are kind of jerks. Well, actually, it's more like the Kala. So I don't know. Folks, I played the campaign like once. I can't really make judgments on the value of different factions in StarCraft 2. Hellions, though, this time they're going to get found out, as the gold base is going to be okay. Teleport back home. Good scout there. That there is a +1 going down. Hellions, they run into this 4th base, but there are no workers here, so it doesn't really matter. But Ratatta, despite this, has been able to max out. The thing we're looking at, though, is he does not have good upgrades. He's got +2 ranged on the way. That's about it. He's lost a lot of stuff as the observer flickered just a second. Showed us how many workers had died. I'm assuming it's a lot, though. My guess is 50+. But now here comes the Ravagers moving on in. Tanks actually not siege, which is a bit of a problem. So Biles are going to be good, but there are just so many tanks here that the Ravagers, they're just dying. Thor's turning on high impact payload. Looks like the Corruptors may be able to kill this base anyways, because there's not enough Thors just yet. But actually with the missile turret and these Thors, the battle cruisers arriving as well, and the good repair, all the Corruptors fall. Khelazhur, he's fine. Ratatta now, he's cursing with the supply. You love to see it. Ratatta's got maybe one more max out in him. I mean, he's benefiting from the gold in a supreme way. And again, here again, I need to remove that. Let me just remove that from the title. The bracket does not point to the right thing. The bracket points to the show match I did on Tuesday. Because I'm trying to avoid spoilers, because this match actually happened this morning. If you're really curious, you can look up WTL on Team Liquid, but again, we avoid the spoilers for right now. Battlecruisers are going to find a bunch of queens. Actually, we got to point out Ratatta's crease spread, and this has actually been a hallmark of his ZVT play recently, is really good. He really is. I mean, he's got creep outside of the 3rd base of Khelazhur, which is kind of scary. Now, we got to point out, of course, that this is versus Max, so it's a little bit different. You don't have as much creep control utilities, but here come Lings, Ravagers, Roaches find their way on in. Tanks, only 2 of them go down. The Thor's actually doing a pretty damn fine job here. 2/2 Thors are pretty good, but Ling's not getting on top of them. They are starting to fall. Ratatta looking to punch on in. Not enough splash damage right now, actually. And the Lings are just chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing away. But only 9 workers fall. And Khelazhur maintains his 150 supply-ish army. And the battlecruisers stay alive. They knock everything down. Thor's doing friendly fire. Huh. Interesting. That's not something you see all that often. But here comes another bit of pressure coming in from Ratatta, really just trying to convince the mech army that he's not allowed to max out. But this is a much better situation, because not only are the tanks sieged, not only are Hellbats in better position, Khelazhur has found his way into Ghost Mech now. And this is where things just get nigh unbeatable. This is where things get really... This is actually why... I don't know how much of you were paying attention to Katowice all that much. But this is why we saw... Well, this is why all the Zergs were talking about how Maru was unbeatable in the late game. Because he's just so good at getting to this heavy mech plus 20 ghosts idea. That at that point, really, the snipes and EMPs invalidate the spellcasters. Snipes are just too damn good. And you have this just heavily upgraded Thor tank Hellbat idea that just makes it so hard to run in and really do anything to cancel the ghosts. Now, we're not quite there just yet, but we're getting there. And now here come the Roaches Ravagers once again. Biles is going to drop. The tank falls. But 3-3 is done pretty soon. Again, 3-3 Thors, DTs. You know the story I'm preaching here. Now, Biles is going to land right as the battle cruisers, they find their way in, but it's not going to kill them just yet. And the Khelazhur, again, his supply, hovering right around that 150 mark, is again, Roach Ravagers trying to find something that will kill an orbital. There we go. And Snipes going down. And we, of course, have Yamatos as well. But the ground army of Ratatta not quite dealt with just yet. In fact, these ghosts, they don't have their armor upgrades, so they're not really incredible just yet. They snipe well, but if they cannot soak damage. So, the ground army of Ratatta dealt with for now, but 2 orbitals, they do fall. Yes, more chewing Xtini. This time swallowing too. Actually, we're gonna hit chewing when adrenal glands are done. I need to change that that rotator, by the way. You know, it says enjoy my work. Follow my Twitter, and you should follow my Twitter. I have banger tweets or something. I don't know. I think they're funny sometimes. Also, when I'm going live, but I say, cast things all over the place. I am B streams, GSO Quals and Afrika. which I do sometimes. I didn't do this season because I DreamHack, but I should change that too. I cast on the mainstream of DreamHack because I'm that cool. But here comes the army once again. We're going to see Biles drop down on this 4th base, but Snipes say, no. Back the hell on up, and you can't even really run away properly. So we're starting to hit that point where the Terran just grades so gosh darn efficiently that it is really, it is almost impossible. Not almost impossible, that's not fair. But this composition that Ratatta is on right now is really not what you want. I just feel like you need to go into spellcasters more. But even still. You should make a Twitter account, follow me, and never use it again, because apparently having a decently followed Twitter account is what, maybe not StarCraft, but in general, like esports tournament organizers look at. They say, yeah, we can hire this person. Oh, they got a good following. Okay, that's a point in their favor. But here come the Corruptors. They're going to try to find this army on the left side, but Ghosts, they snipe down. They say, bye. But now they have to run away because Ling's looking for this around here. And of course, with Crack done, these are Adrenalings. They chew, they swallow them whole. So a lot of Ghosts will go down here. And personal cloaking not yet done, so Ghosts can't really hide. But still good snipes there on top of all of the Corruptors. And we're just seeing lots of stuff dying. Yes, Victor Cardinal. Pew, 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 pew. That is the proper sound effect, by the way. And it's interesting to hear that the snipe sound is the same in the Chinese language pack. And the English pack has all the other sounds are so, well, some of them are so, I guess it's only the voices. But anyway, now Khelazhur, he says, okay, I have my army. I'm maxed out. I'm 3-3 on my mech. I don't know if he has any armor upgrades in the bio just yet, but he has Ghost count, although Ghosts have to be careful. Lings are going to look to get on top of them, and while Ghosts do bonus damage to light units, the Ghosts are fairly tanky. It is still a bit scarier, but now the Snipes going down on top of all of these Ravagers. Ghosts running forward, buying time now for the tanks, so for the mechs to reposition. Ravager Biles landing once again. And that could have been a lot better for Khelazhur, to be totally honest. Like, he doesn't have personal cloaking. He does not have any armor up. Oh, he has 1 armor upgrade on the Ghost, but he's not +3 armor just yet. So he's actually, that could have been, it's still a terrifying army, don't get me wrong. But that could have been a lot better. Certainly, we will see the gold base get evacuated here. It's honestly, it's mined a lot. Like, it has served its purpose for the most part. Okay, good Fungal there on top of the Battlecruiser. Biles are going to knock that one down at the very least. The Ghosts run forward looking for some snipes, and they're going to knock something down here. But now here come the Lings, the Roaches, the Ravagers, and actually no Banes. No Banes, but Roaches, Ravagers, Lings find their way on in. But the Stagger tanks are doing a fantastic job. And yes, it looks like the tanks will eventually get cleaned up here. But so too is the army of Ratatta. And he doesn't have a bank behind this. He lost the gold. He is only on 5 bases. His opponent is on 6 bases. Yes. Rip the BC. Everything died on both sides, but due to the game state, due to the map state, that is far better for Khelazhur than it was for Ratatta. Far better. I mean, shout out to Ratatta, though. Part of it is, of course, the map, but he's doing a pretty good job of staying in this game when it really does not feel like this is a game that, well, that he should be staying in. He's just not taking good trades. I know, right? We're at 3/4 of the map is purple, but it does feel like Khelazhur still has the tempo lead. And part of this is just because Khelazhur hasn't really bothered with clearing the creep out outside of wherever he wants to fight. Which is, of course, valid because this is mech, and you're not trying to be nearly as active on the map. You're just trying to hit these big timings where you're fully maxed out in all of these wonderful things. Now the Ghosts run backwards, not dropping their snipes just yet. There we go, scan drop. So a couple of Ravagers will die, and I'm sure some Ghosts die as well. But ooh, Fungal! That's actually a big Fungal here. EMPs go down, so it's not going to chain. But now we have Ghosts cloaks, so you can't really catch him anyways. There's no detection with his army. Now the Ghosts, they run forward, trying to get some snipes down, and we also have a random Banshee. I don't know when that was made. I didn't notice, but random Banshee on the field here, and that's maybe going to do something. Banshees are, well, surprisingly good at a lot of things. What about Khelazhur's plan here? I mean, they're in Europe. I don't know. I'm surprised. Oh, no, never mind. LQD's liquid. Wow. But anyway, there we go. More worker damage on top of the 70 workers Ratatta's lost this game. He's going to lose another mineral line. This one is... he did a good job of fighting back once from all that worker damage, but this does feel like worker damage that really he can't come back from now. He's not mining much of anything. He's on 47 workers. Hellbats, they morph, and 3-3 Hellbats, they actually fight roaches and queens and all those things pretty damn well. It's surprising how good they do. But as 35 workers fall, more drones are going to get made, but... Oh, Khelazhur, he's going to take the gold now. Oh, Banshees are fantastic against roaches. Look at that resource loss at the bottom. 48 to 36. And that fungal is going to get one ghost. Really not going to land all that well. Lings are going to try for this fight once again, but fantastic tank positioning on the high grounds. You don't really get to do that. 99. There's another worker going to go down before this game ends. Will we see 100? We were juked. We were gypped by the... I'm sorry, we shouldn't say that. That word has poor connotations. We were denied the 100 dead stalker meme in Astrea Disc Game 2. Are we going to get the 100 drone dead meme in Khelazhur Ratatta? I don't know, but hey, good Ling run by, and these are +2 Lings with crack. It makes them +5. And it's only +1 armor, so the SCVs actually die pretty quickly here as Ghost is going to go down. We're going to see this base fall. But really, best possible response to a bad situation coming in from Ratatta. I don't think this is a callback into the game. Pretty sure the overlay is gonna, yeah. I don't know what the number is that gets censored, but here comes the fight coming in once again. It's just not gonna be enough though. Ratatta, he taps out in 22 minutes. Khelazhur 2-0. And again, we got to remember, Liquid has to win every single game from here on out to do anything. Like, they are in a bad spot. But this is a great spot. This is a fantastic start. So we're going to see what Nice and Elazer have in store for us. But folks, I will be right back because I want to keep casting. Have a good night there, Rextor. But I need to put a little bit of food in my stomach so I stop feeling shaky. I'll grab some granola. I will be back in like 2 minutes. I'm actually just going to grab the box of granola. We'll let the game go because not much happens in the early game TVZ or PVZ. Famous last words. I'll be right back. This is a mukbang stream now, where Bayo eats delicious nut, dried fruit, and some dark chocolate granola. Can't get it to work. I don't think I have manual focus on right now, but anyway. Ah. I am much happier now. I don't mind a lot of things. All right. I asked for my stream to get added to the sidebar for like a WTL. And then I didn't respond to that. And then an admin responded, yeah, we'll do that. And then I didn't respond. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there's like nothing worse. Or not nothing worse, but I can power through a lot of things if I was just like getting work done. But it is really hard to focus on casting. And like being entertaining, energetic when you're like feeling a little shaky because you haven't eaten since in like 10 hours. And it's not like I did some sort of like intermittent fasting massive meal. I just had some chicken I put in barbecue sauce and broiled, and oh man, I'm part of a crop share, or I bought into a crop share, and I got some local asparagus start of the season, or like start of the summer, early asparagus. Oh, it's so good, so good. Makes me very happy indeed. But nice, he's going the old Stargate style. So Void Ray on the way after this Oracle. Looks like the Oracle is going to get like 2-3 workers. But actually, Queens are a little bit out of position, so I was still right anyways. 3 workers, they do go down. I mean, on this, of course, third base on the way. It's going to be a single Void Ray, single Oracle for right now, but I'm going to be very curious to see where Nice goes from this, because these Void Ray openers, they do. Ooh. So I hope Nice understands there is not a prize for getting one of every single unit in the game. Like, that's just not a one of every Stargate unit is not a prize. But it looks like he is going to go double Stargate Phoenix behind this. And this is something that we have seen occasionally. It's become a little bit more popular, just really as a surprise. Now, when Void Rays were just the best unit, we never saw it, because why would you build worse Void Rays when you can build Void Rays, right? So you just don't do it. But now that Void Rays have been nerfed a little bit, now that the styles have become more dynamic, now that we're seeing less love when you nose itches, less like Super Queen heavy focus styles, it does make sense that we are moving, at least having the option for these Phoenix styles to open up more and more and more. And certainly because Zerg openings are optimized against certain styles. As Depths are going to find their way in here. 2, 3, 4 workers will go down. Oh, it's looking like it's going to be only 3. Is he going to be able to chase the force one down? Hype casting Bayo. It's like, I don't know. No, he's going to be. Oh, no, he's going to find a way in the main, though. And that's going to be 4. And actually, that's going to be 5. So, might even be 6. Nice job there. Oracle flying in as well. Elazer taking a lot of. Damn it. This is a lot more than we expected. There's a lot more than realistically he should take in this game. He's lost a grand total of 11 workers, I think. That's expensive. It means that it's hard for the Zerg to hit timings, and we got to remember the style that Nice is going for behind this is all about worker damage. It's all about, well, really just implicit damage in general, because you can't kill buildings, but you can kill overlords, and you can kill workers. It really is the big thing. Queens are the other big target for this. And because Nice has been so successful with his Adept and his Oracle Harass, this is the first time the Phoenix are being scouted. So we do not have double spores and mineral lines. We actually don't have much of anything. The Queens are here, but they're all just going to get lifted. Notice he's lifting the high energy ones, so the Queens on the ground are just not really getting the transfuses that they want. It looks like we have 2 more transfuses maybe, but they're going to get spent pretty damn quickly. Here's the Queens are just starting to die, and once you kill the Queens, that's when things start to get extremely complicated, because you just don't have enough mobile anti-air, or really even immobile anti-air right now. But this is a bit mishandled there from Nice. He really should not have pulled those Phoenix away like that while the Queens were still firing, leaving them to their doom. So now the Phoenix, they got to run away. Getting an Overlord for their troubles, of course, but now this could have been a lot worse. Luckily, there was just enough Queen transfuse energy that it was not disastrous, and a Spore shows up in a weird spot, knocks another Phoenix down. And at the end of the day, I think this was, no workers died to this. Like 2 Queens and an Overlord. For the Phoenix reveal, that is actually really good for the Zerg. Yeah, 2 Queens, a couple Overlords. But Nice not really committing out or transitioning out. I mean, he will. He's moving into double disruptor beyond this, but not really transitioning out of this right now. Still building more and more and more Phoenix, but we are starting to see that economic damage that you look for a little bit. So he's going to find more Overlords. He's going to start to find drones now behind the mineral line like this, and Oracle in the 4th base. He's going to kill everything. I was really excited for this Elazer signing. I thought, okay, man, this is going to be enough. This is going to bring Team Liquid back into it, But there's also a lot of pressure on Elazer because, well, first of all, Elazer's probably the ace today because Clem had to play his matches early. and will not be available for any Assumed Ace match. Which makes it pretty easy there for Good Game Gaming to actually scout. And say, yeah, if we have to worry about an ace match, we'll just snipe Elazer. Oh, so that's a lot of pressure. If you have to go into a day saying I have to theoretically win a best of 1 and a best of 2, that's a problem. Yes, Xfinity Protoss is miles ahead at this point. And oh no. Folks, hold on to your butts, your hats, your ears, maybe, so you don't fall off. League Beacon's on the way. Along with a 4th base. Nice. I thought he was just going to go double Disruptor, but we don't see a Rumble Bay just yet, and instead, he's going Carriers. Yeah, Thorn, did you see these games on, like, Maddox's stream, or you see these games on, like, one of the language streams? I'm sorry that, like, literally no. Every single WTL caster today was casting DreamHack. We had Wardy, we had Steadfast, and I sometimes do it. Honestly, more often than not, if Wardy and Steadfast are casting, it's just, like, not worth it for me to cast it. Viewership just won't be there. Ooh. I said hold on to your butts because carriers are on the way. We're adding 2 additional Stargazes. Oh man, good Fungal. Well, it's okay, Fungals, but we'll get 2 Phoenix here. Chain it. Well, I'm okay. Missed on that one, but Phoenix died anyways. Alien Pulse Crystals. Okay, there we go. I was like, okay, they're the carriers. But adding on Alien Pulse Crystals here is interesting. I guess if you have the Phoenix, you might as well. Phoenix Immortal. I thought this was a PvP style, but apparently it is a PvZ style as well, at least if you're nice and you play some nice PvZ. But the Roaches are still going to pump through anyways. 2 Immortals are not enough, and the Phoenix only have so much energy. So the Immortals, or the Roaches are going to try to find another one. Link's come flooding in on the right side. It feels like Elazer's found a tempo timing here where, well, nice. He had all this stuff. He had all this preparation for the late game, but he's not ready for it now. So he will lose this bottom right side base. Losing a couple Immortals is never nice, even if he is nice. And, well, the good news for Nice, I guess, is that he doesn't really scout that this is going to be a carrier timing. Yeah, Warnell, that doesn't surprise me. Seeing, also, how about that build from Scarlet? Like, that Berlin's grad map was, I didn't reach out to ask her because I'm sure she's prepping for tomorrow and, you know, don't want to bring open sore thoughts, but that belt felt weird. Anyway, ooh, this has been a problem. Nice is just finding every single Overlord and with +1 Andean Pulse Crystal. Oh, wait a minute here. Chain it down. That's an immediate recall. Yeah, that was almost terrifying. But that's the problem when you have a lot of +1 Phoenix. They shred Overlords. So, folks, I don't know if anyone I don't know if any of you subscribe to Lambo, but you should. Or you should spam the Elazer Lord emote in chat right now. Do it right now. If you don't, I'm very disappointed. Yeah, that drone pull build. I'm like, I was for it. I'm like, you know what? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and it didn't work. It's like, yep, okay. Neeb was also very confused. He's like, what is this? This is not a build. I don't know. I can see it working against, maybe working against like a quick third or something when you're not going for a glaive timing. The Phoenix continuing just to supply block a laser over and over and over again. No, I'm not saying, I don't care about whether you like, I mean, Lambo's pretty cool. He's a brilliant StarCraft, brilliant like strategy, tactician. But more importantly, you need the Elazer Lord emote. There we go. Thank you, Warnell. Thank you, Warnell. Well done. At least one person in chat is a man of culture and style and class. Or a person of style and culture and class. Okay, we're going to see Queen. It's going to survive, though. And again, Elazer's just kind of like consistently supply blocked. I don't want to know how much money he spent on Overlords this game. But it's a lot. And now, folks, I had a brief hope we were not going into a 50-minute PvZ. I mean, Elazer just, or Lambo is like, is the progenitor, is like the mad genius behind European Zerg. Much like Ryung is like the mad genius behind Korean Terran. Hold on, get you try. We're going up to 6 Stargates. Okay. Wait. Okay, this is actually really cool. I did not notice this. We were too busy talking to chat, but there are 8 disruptors on the map in 4 warp prisms with speed. So we have a true golden armada here. We have a bunch of carriers, we have some Phoenix, and we have 4 warp prisms with 2 disruptors in them each. Or I guess, well, one is missing a little bit. And Nice is just going to look to carpet bomb the Zerg. This is really cool. Okay, there we go. 21 Overlords have died. 2,100 minerals spent on Overlords that have died this game. That is ridiculous. But anyway, Ultras find their way into this 3rd base, and this army, Nice has, yeah, sure, maybe the Disruptors can do something in case they dispel damage, but this army that he has, for the most part, doesn't really kill Ultras all that quickly. Although eventually they're going to get cleaned up. Ixini, let me guess, you play Protoss, don't you? Okay, here comes oh, good station grab. Okay, actually, that's gonna save a life of the Baneleys there. It looks like Elazer was prepared. We're gonna see a marauding Ultra. I think it's gotten worse now. Yeah, I think it's worse. And I didn't even look to see because I think 4 Overseers died as well. Which, and I feel like morphing into an Overseer is almost free, so I couldn't tell you. Was it 25? So yeah, even more. Now Nice finding his way into the main base here. I almost wonder about the idea of the point of bringing the mothership there, because generally you want the mothership to like reposition. So I would love to see the mothership up the left side. So you say, force everyone back into the main and then teleport over. But still, this is a powerful idea here. We're going to see the Hive go down, Greater Spire go down. There we go. There's another duct, and we have Neural Parasite. Or, oh no, the stream is lagging. Oh no, the WTL Observer PC is dead. But it looks like the end of that, all the interceptors died. I think there was a parasitic bomb, maybe? But it doesn't look like there are any interceptors in this army right now. 1 carrier will fall. Broodlord's knocking down everything on the ground. Nice getting maybe a little bit too ballsy. Maybe just a little bit too ballsy with that move down the ramp. Yes, more trees, I'm aware. This is actually from a clean feed. Oh, sure, you got the meme wrong. Minus 400, minus 400. Not 400, 400. Okay, Lings and Ultra are gonna find their way in here, but let me tell you, let me sing you a song. Shield Batter Overcharge. I wish Ride of the Valkyries was in the public domain, because that is the perfect time to just hit up as the 4 prisms find their way on it. I mean, this is just crazy. I don't know why they're all together. And the Zealots don't even have charge. It is 16 minutes in this game. The Zealots do not have charge. Ultra Spains, they come crashing into stack defense, but they're not going to knock it all down. And Void Raid doing a good job defensively. Now, this is 4 dead War Prisms. Eventually, good abducts there. 1, 2. And I believe the last one's going to fly over as 4. It's a 4 dead War Prisms. Oh no, it's going to avoid the spore. Okay, we're good. This is what, folks, this is why you send 4 War Prisms into your opponent's base at 17 minutes. And the War Prism died. This is why you send 4 War Prisms into your opponent's main base at 17 minutes. It's so when the first 3 get sniped, you can still find value. I feel like I disappoint people a lot because I grew up under a rock. I know I disappointed Khelazhur today. He says, "Oh yeah, you know what's your favorite Pokemon?" And I'm like, I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon as a kid. I guess Pikachu or something. Like, you know, I don't know, man. I grew up literally, well, literally and almost physically under a rock, or philosophically and almost literally under a rock. I grew up on the side of a mountain. Well, it was called a mountain, but not really a mountain. Here's we're gonna see. Now here comes the army, and we're gonna see some lag because our observer PC apparently cannot handle it here. Now the Corrupt is running on forward. We're gonna see Parasitic Bomb on top of this, going for a bit of that Loco maneuver. There's actually not a lot of splash damage from the Protoss army, so you can dive on top of it, but he's not really choosing to do so. Broodlord's running forward. All the army on the ground for Nice is dead. But this army in the sky, it really is uncontested for right now. But of course, Microbial Shroud keeping these queens alive. Meanwhile, Elazer on the other side doing a damn fine job. He's going to be able to catch himself one carrier on the backside as we see everything else gets recalled back home. Man, queens take forever to kill carriers. To be honest, for sure, I'm not really sure. I mean, I was not allowed to watch a lot of TV in general. And after some time around when I was like 12, the TV broke, so we stopped having like satellite TV anyways, and eventually we figured out we could hit that it was a CRT and we could hit it down. We'd hit and the image would go back into place. So we got a DVD player. I think they were targeting the interceptors get you. So we got like a DVD player and I watched a lot of classic movies. Like maybe one every Friday night, when I say a lot. But the funny thing is, like before that happened, before the TV broke, I was allowed to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Literal demon summoning, but I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what the reasoning behind that was. Maybe it was like the whole like animal fighting idea. But and Magic TCG greater than both, Ixony. Yeah, you know, I pay no attention to the fact that I grew up literally on a farm, and I had dogs, and I had cats, and we had horses, and you know, my dogs being awesome would have made that happen anyway. So you know, apparently I'm gonna say you know a lot in the sentence, but. No, my dog, like, that never would have happened anyways. My dogs are awesome. But here comes the fleet. Notice we're going to keep the mothership back here because it's going to look to cloak things once the spores go down, but you don't want to get it abducted in advance. And the Microbial Shroud goes down on the left. It's not really doing anything just yet. In fact, actually, it's not covering anything here, but here comes the fight once again. Nice opting in to the Microbial Shroud fight. I don't really know how I feel about that one. Broodlords, they exist, but there's actually literally nothing on the ground. So these Broodlords are just abjectly useless supply here. Fungals drop down on things. At the very least, they're revealed. They're detectors and parasitic bombs as well, but there just isn't really any anti-air for Elazer. Like, he's doing what he can. Actually, the neurals are really nice. And despite everything, it looks like we do have enough Corruptors right now. They're going to dive in. The cloak is there, but the consistent Fungals are doing something. Supplies are both starting to fall. But the first, you look at this, you're like, Elazer's doing a good job, and you realize you have 10 Broodlords. That's 30 supply right there, and it's just doing quite literally nothing. Nice is not even bothering to kill it. Oh, I don't even know. That's weird. All right, it's a funky fight, but at the end of the day, Elazer just objectively loses. He didn't have enough anti-air. Nice recognized the fact that Elazer had committed too hard into anti-ground with these Broodlords, and he said, yeah, I'm just not going to build anything on the ground. But as these spores arrive, maybe that's going to be enough to shoo him off for now. We don't really have much anti-spore things. The carriers are +3, sure, but yeah, spores are still scary. But of course, the way this happens, the game starts to snowball from here because queens are all dead, they're out of energy. Infestors, most of them died, they're out of energy. Corruptors need to be made, but they have to come in from different spots. There's a time cost involved, and certainly with the energy units, an insane time cost involved that I don't know that Nice is ever going to allow a Elazer to find. Yeah, Echo Soldier, the plan is I'm going to stay live until EPT Korea starts. And then I'm going to hand y'all off to Steadfast. Or maybe a little bit later. I don't know. We might finish out this WTL group. This is actually a really important WTL match. It looks like Nice has won this game one, but I don't really know what Elazer's going to do. He's going for a counterattack, but he's kind of... We had him have a Protoss that has hit the unbeatable army, but hey, you know, good Neurals on top of things, but they're just going to get targeted down. You need Microbial almost just to keep it alive against the Sky Toss. It looks like Elazer does get a base on the bottom side. The Ultra run by is good. But we do have to remember that this does feel like an uncounterable Sky Toss army right now. Especially, actually, I think all the Spires are down. So there really is... You can build Infestors and Queens to deal with this. And there's just not enough complexity for Elazer right now, regardless of what his income is and what it isn't. We just need critical mass. These +3 carriers are really terrifying. And Nice, though, he's not going to try to... Well, I guess there's always a word where he overcommits and he dies and throws it. So we're not going to see that happen in this game. Instead, he says, yeah, okay, let me take my bottom right base. Let me take it for the 5th time this game. We do need to point out, though, that Nice is almost mined out of all his bases. Like, he's, what, 3 mineral patches at his 3rd. I think I saw 4 at the 4th. A couple of the 5th. Like, he does not have a lot. So that is certainly one thing we do need to consider, where Elazer is still mining. He still has, I mean, 48 workers is not a lot, but he's still mining efficiently off of his bases, still pulling in about, 2,000 minerals a minute. Geez, apparently I've adopted a new crutch word. Stop saying Bayo. But he's adopted almost full saturation, and there is not a world where Nice punches through that one. For sure is no EPT Korea tonight. On the balance of things, I decided I wanted to sleep at a fairly decent time tonight because I'm tired. B, I decided to try to catch the ESL raid instead of doing Korea. No get you. So what I said was I'm going to seed the WTL through, I think, and then we're going to raid up Steadfast, who is casting EPT Korea. And if Steadfast doesn't do it, which I believe he's told me he will, then I'm going to raid Zombie Grub, who is doing her first stream from Korea, actually. So that's pretty cool. But regardless, after this, there will continue to be more StarCraft action. Different format. Honestly, EPT Korea has given me some of the best games I've ever cast. If you are curious, if you want to say, hey, I want to watch some more Bayo after this, which don't know why you would, but hey, if you want to see some more, Beyond vs. Classic is on my YouTube channel. It is by far the best singular game. 2 is the best game I've ever seen, at least in an EPT Cup. Now, it doesn't have all the story of being a finals or something that really takes good games to great games, but it is an insane game. When I cast it was about 2:30 in the morning. I just did not sleep that night. I was literally shaking getting out of the game. It was absolute bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. One of my favorite games of all time. And it's on my YouTube. I highly recommend you checking it out if you get the opportunity. Oh, by the way, folks, I just noticed, because Rextor did gift a tier 3 sub the other day, and I've had some bits donated. I am right now at 69 sub points. Nice. Which matches the player here. Serendipity. You literally cannot get better than that. Literally cannot get better than that. In fact, I don't want anyone to sub to me anymore, because then we would lose that glorious 69 sub points while casting Nice. I actually love that so much. But okay, so Nice here. He has added Tempest onto the game now, and most importantly, not only added Tempest, he's added on, or he's not only added Tempest, he's adding Oracles as well, which do of course enable Tempest and do enable them to maybe start slowly knocking down all these spores. I don't know that we have whatever it's called, tectonic destabilizers yet, though, and which is, of course, the big thing that you want in this right now. Renovated Fall, thank you so much. You thought it was cool for you. Oh, it's so cool for me. I think even more so. I was the one. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I'm the true benefactor here. I got to cast on the mainstream with Roddy. I spent a day with Roddy on Thursday. It was cool. And hopefully more to come. Certainly, if there's a tournament that the talent has not been announced for yet, maybe it's been, I don't know, that I will be doing this summer that I'm very excited about. But Elazer now looking to siege up this position of Nice. And we're just, interestingly, we're seeing just consistently microbial shrouds go down. Now, Elazer should know that microbial shroud doesn't affect structures. So it's not really keeping these spores alive. But, you know, so it goes. All right, now we're going to see Storm go down, Fungals and everything. Elazer's just not reacting. He says, I'll take it. I have the energy. I have the queen. That Broodlord's looking to roll on forward, which is where life as a High Templar gets a little scary. No Renovated Fall. I'm not running any production. It's fantastic. I love running production. It's so cool in the B stream. Just trendy Elijah Wood. But now here comes the army of Nice. Finding the, hey, it's going to get a base. Now this base doesn't really matter anymore. Doesn't really matter anymore because, well, almost all of the unit, almost all the mining is out of it. But what it does mean is it's a bit more of a buffer now, right? Elazer no longer has the safe resupply position that he can go and find his way in and really siege out of. So Nice now really has secured that what do we want to call it, that 3 o'clock base, and with the addition of the static defense, he will be able to as well. I wish we could see right now what units lost are. I'll buy that. I don't really know Thorn. I thought it was like 150, 160, but regardless. Hello there, Steadfast. Are you, I imagine you're starting your stream in about 10 minutes, right? Okay, Elazer now going to try to see. This base actually has been mined out. It is a space control idea from Elazer to try to siege this one out, more so than anything else. But, ooh, look what we got here from Elazer. I think he's kind of, I don't know, maybe did he kill that spawning pool with a Viper, or maybe he's just preparing for the fact that eventually his base will constrict itself in the upper left. So he's preparing for it right now. And now good fungal there on the High Templar, but enough of a shield battery is going to keep them alive for now. And the Broodlord's not really far forward fun enough. Yeah, this game is still going strong. I thought I was going to be able to get through both WTL matches before EPT Korea. In fact, I was worried that with how the pace of the games were going, I wouldn't have enough to carry it through to EPT Korea. And then this game has happened. Hey, I'm so sorry, BK Rack. Have you considered that you could do both? One on each screen, but no, nice abduct there. Folks, I know you know the meme, -400, -400, it's dead. Oh, wait a minute, that's a big parabomb. He's not nice, nice. How do you get verified on Twitch, Echo Soldier? Have an average of 75 viewers or more, stream more than like 40 hours, no, some number of hours in the given period, and have Twitch like you. Have enough subs. Really, so, you know, this might... The couple hours of the ESL raid might bump my average up, but I don't know that I have enough real subs right now. Which is, apparently they look really poorly on gifted subs, and they really care about like consistent real subs. You can also turn them, Echo Soldier, you can still turn them off. Like, you can turn off whether you show as a partner or not, and streamers definitely will because it gets a weird attention sometimes. As Bailey's running, they knocked down a lot of the static defense, and Elazer feels like he's starting to break down at least the last mining base of his opponent. Now, you abduct Archons with a bunch of Corruptors sitting below it. That's a little bit spooky. Yeah, I want it. I want to leave it on the. I would leave it on the flex. I mean, Steadfast, this is only until you're, because you've talked about wanting to become chat fast by the summer, for summer in Atlanta, whatever, to really, just blow people away whenever you make offline events. Is that the point where you turn off your check mark because you already have one method of flexing, you don't need another? But Elazer has finally managed to break down this base in the bottom left. That actually, it is more of a positioning tool. It's a space tool that doesn't matter at all. Like, at this point, the only things that truly matter are wherever Elazer has his tech, which I believe is like the upper left, and this 3 o'clock base, the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock bases that Elazer and Nice are mining from, because I believe those are the only bases that have any money in them. Maybe the kind of upper left and bottom right have some. Steadfast, I'm glad we understand. See, this is why I don't have a check mark, because I'm. People say I look like Elijah Wood, so that's just my flex. I don't need a check mark. I just spam the Bayo Frodo button. When do we cast it? Good question. I don't really know. I don't think we have anything on the short term, unless we want to do like an EPT Cup together at some point. Like, what? Late July, I think, Steadfast. I think that's it. That's the only thing I have on my radar right now. But anyway, so now we have this interesting scenario where both players have really found the soft underbelly of their opponent. All the production here on the original main base of Nice is really going down. +3 cracklings are, they do a lot of stuff. So all these Stargates, that's actually 6 Stargates going down. That's a bit of a problem. They're going to go down. We're going to see the Nexus go down. In the same vein, everything that was in Elazer's main, natural, and third, fourth, that's all dead as well. But Elazer was prepared for that early. Steadfast, is there something sooner than what I'm talking about that you're aware of? That I'm forgetting about? Because I don't think we have anything. I don't think that we have anything before Valencia. Before Valencia offline ends. But I would love to be wrong. If I'm wrong, please let me know, because hey, look, you know what? If everyone here tweets at Apollo and says, hey, we want Beowulf and Steadfast offline at Valencia, probably still not gonna happen. But leveraging the power of our communities, maybe something happens there. Yeah, and 2 months. 2 months is too long. Yes, everyone tweet at. No, I'm not going to do that. But there will be a feedback form coming out after DreamHack, maybe after Valencia, maybe after the online component's done this. It says, hey, what did you like about things? And if you go and say, hey, we loved the Balefast cast, or we loved Beowulf and we loved Steadfast together and separately, I imagine that helps. I don't really know. Although I did have Apollo tweet at me during Katowice saying I did a good job, and like I'm pretty sure I should have printed that out and put it on my shelf behind me. That is a crowning achievement. So that's a funny story, because really not a lot is. we're just buying time for this game to end. So I grew up on a farm, but my sophomore year of high school, 2013, whatever that was. I was in my robotics club in high school, and another guy on my programming team, his dad owned a software company, and I was the programming lead. So I got an internship one summer that was about 30-40 minutes away, and I couldn't drive yet. So I spent the summer with my grandmother, who lived in a development, or I spent like a month with my grandmother, and I would go work there every day, and then I would come back home, and that was when WCS 2013 summer was happening. When we had, that was Scarlett's run into the season finals, where she played an insane, like 8-minute creep into Bomber's Natural on Star Station. So I started watching that, and this new Twitch thing, and I just got hooked. So the fact that I was able to cast Scarlet Neve was really exciting today, because Scarlet is literally the reason I got into StarCraft. And then I got into it, and then I started to realize that StarCraft was like the only game I could play on the internet that I had, because it took up 26 kilobytes a game, and we had significant data caps, and then I got really good at playing on 700 milliseconds ping. Like, I made it to the Edge of Masters like that. And thank you, Steadfast, for the happy birthday. I appreciate it. For the good birthday wishes. And then, I stopped from playing for 5 years when I was in my undergrad, getting my undergrad master's in aerospace engineering and robotics, because I worked a summer up in Maine and just lost all the muscle memory, and it felt really bad to play. And then COVID brought me back, so I started doing this I started casting and playing again almost exactly 2 years ago, and here I am on the mainstream. Whenever I sit and think about it, I'm just blown away. I cannot believe that is the situation I'm in right now. Absolutely. I've been doing this for 2 years. Like, it's ridiculous. Steadfast, let the man know, let Khelazhur know who is playing in EPT, or at least who signed up yet. Right? Like, on the one hand, you're sitting here and you're like, actually, well, we got to talk about this game just a little bit more, because Elazer is just, I mean, this is a siege. Nice. He's got to be careful. Losing this position is, again, it's not the end of the world. He's not mining here anymore, but it's all about not even chrono energy necessarily, but it is about space control. He loses this position. Suddenly, Elazer owns the high ground and is able to get creep there, so he can start sieging away at the bases that actually matter. Shield battery overcharge is actually going to be done. I'm rather surprised Elazer didn't kill that one off. Anyways, the Archon and the Stalkers for now, they're going to be able to force Elazer back. Thank you, Loggins, MF Kenny. Yeah, Steadfast is crazy, because, you know, on the one hand, you're like, I want more. I want to go to offline events. I want, like, every single day of A stream. I need it. I want it. I desire it. I think I deserve it. And then I look back at this as like, I was watching Katowice 2019 in like early 2020 when COVID was happening. And I said, you know, I should play StarCraft again. I got approved to cast EPT Cups January last year. Like, I want, you know, it's okay to be ambitious, but you look at this objectively and you're like, this is ridiculous. This is insane. I am so grateful that I'm in the position that I'm in, and I've had, well, first of all, Steadfast, who like picked me out of the gutter and said, hey, you know, I want you to cast CEA with me. Why is the UI in Chinese, Pylon Man? Because this is the WTL, and this is their clean feed that I am casting off recorded. But Elazer, he will be able to knock down that base. Again, that's more of a space control idea. It's actually a little bit... Oh, wait, no, that's a lot of infestors. Fungal's going to totally whiff. That was 5, 6 infestors going down. Elazer has 11 more on the way, but that's the problem, because 3, 4 of them are right there in the egg. So actually, it's good that Nice kills those off, because Elazer does not want them to pop when the army is there. But now Elazer, I mean, this army that he has is powerful, sure, but it is slow. This army is slow as hell. At least the main component of it. Yeah, but no, Steadfast, back in like fall of 2020, as I was like doing really small stuff for like OSC, and because I'd been lucky enough to get picked up by Alpha X after like a random clan war, because they said, oh, this guy's got promised me. Well, Psystorm, then Alpha X. Steadfast says, yeah, I need a co-caster for the Corporate Esports Association, which is, again, I talked about this really small thing. But we did it for 2 years, year and a half, like 3 or 4 seasons. Every Saturday, 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, casting low quality StarCraft. And that really did give me the reps that I need. Also the encouragement really that I needed to say, yeah, I'm not just gonna like flounder around with everyone else and do whatever. Like, I know Steadfast saying, no, I've earned everything, and I'd like to think I have, but we are nothing. We are really nothing but the opportunities we've had. Yes, there is some truth to, you know, you have to be skilled to have your own luck, but the luck has to be there. Yo, when you played, it was the best quality StarCraft, but when it's Mass Charge Level ends with 2 Platinum players, I mean, ooh, we're gonna have the time bubble drop down, and that's a little bit scary. How many Vipers do we have right now? Like, we have a significant number. We're like 7 Vipers, I think, is what I saw in that. I mean, I haven't seen the unit stat, but that is a lot of Vipers. But that is the smart way to play in this game. Because realistically, no one's binding much anymore. The banks are... Oh, I didn't even look at that. The bank on Ice is insane. 8K, 5K is ridiculous. Now, Fungal on these. Oh, yeah, there we go. Actually, Fungal on top of the Oracles is nice, but good feedbacks as well. Queen falls. And now we have Fungals on top of everything. Again, the Observer PC is dying. That's actually a lot of High Templar. And when we look at the balance of things, when we look at how this game's going to go, actually, I don't feel like these run-bys are even all that worthwhile anymore to a certain point, because it's not like... I mean, I guess you knock the gateways down. You prevent any sort of reinforcements. Exactly, it's just fork, but you need the opportunity. Some people are incredibly good and will never have that opportunity. It's not just preparation, not just talent, not just hard work. Maybe I'm just getting overly emotional because it's Hey, Darth Mufasa, thank you so much for the sub. All right, but here we go. Looks like almost the last push of Elazer. His bank is just about dead. He's actually not mining any more gas. Nice is mining just a little bit more gas. And actually, I wonder how many gas we have. Gas is everywhere. I wonder how much gas is on the map. But Broodlord's sieging away. Really, the target is these Stargates. You do not want to allow more Tempests, more carriers, more anything like that to really hit the field right now. So we do see Elazer slowly just chewing away at this army. Good feedbacks to start here, but a Fungal as well, really invalidating any sort of potential pressure from Nice. And what we got to point out is while Nice has this big bank, he's building 2 carriers right now. He actually doesn't have, I don't know how many Stargates he has in the high ground, but he's starting to lose a lot of his production here. He lost a lot of gateways as well on that bottom side, I think. So he has a lot of money, but it's going to be interesting to see just how well he can choose to spend it. As now the Tempest, they run forward, but with Microbial Shroud, with these Queen 7+3 and Transfuse, they're not really doing much of anything. They're just sapping energy for right now. Good abducts there on top of a lot of this Skytoss army, but Corruptor's not really able to kill it just yet. So they're backing up right now. I looked away for half a second, and the map tilted from the Observer. I'm like, wait, where are we? I didn't recognize this spot on hardwire. What is this perspective? Thank you, Loggins. Cats and I had a good time. As long as you like bird facts and random Latin etymology. But I'm going to assume we've also lost Steadfast because EPT Korea starts in 9 minutes. So folks, everyone say bye to Steadfast. We'll eventually send you over to him once this series is over, right? 46 minutes in, it's not over yet. Going back to a conversation we had 20 minutes ago when this game was still in the late game. There is like one theater in my town that actually has reasonable showings, but it's called the Sticky Six because it is kind of gross. And then we have like a one theater that has like 2 showings on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, but he can't hear what I'm saying. So now I get to say really mean things about Steadfast, about how I hate it. Dark Mufasa, this is not the standard in this matchup anymore. If you've seen Hero, if you've seen Neeb, you've seen Hearthstone. Oh, wait a minute, that Fungal from downtown, but it was good, but the Broodlords were not there, and enough of a shield battery kept it alive. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, did you? We were doing that throughout the week with different things. Oh no, don't. Okay, we're good. Yeah, because it has 6 screens, Echo Soldier, and they're all sticky. Like they're just not cleaned well. Yes, my birthday is June 5th. It is approximately 3 hours from now. I was born, I think, at like 2 in the morning. But by days, it was approximately 1 hour and 7 minutes away. Sticky with, like, spilled soda. Turn off your loco lewd emote. Get your mind out of the gutter, Echo Soldier. That is unacceptable. In my Christian StarCraft cast, what even is this? But there we go. Abduct going down. The banks actually have a laser. He's done a pretty good job of maintaining it. Thank you, Ancient Casual. I would say happy early birthday, Xtini, but someone told me the other day that wishing someone their birthday early is bad luck because it means they're never going to hit the birthday. And you know what? I was already cursed enough to get almost so many of the 3 zeros for the online component of DreamHack. So I'm not going to do it. I have learned the power of the curse, and I will not contest it here. Yeah, sleep is for the weak, Rextor, and it is the weekend, so no need to sleep. Echo Soldier, happy birthday. Man. Okay. But anyway, you were asking about ZVP. I was like, I had a train of thought before people distracted me. This is not the standard ZVP. We still see some hold-ons, and this is certainly a nice style of ZVP. But the point we got to bring up here, like if you watch the best PvZ players in the world right now, if you watch a Hero, if you watch a Hearthstone, you watch a Neve, they're not doing this. They're not aiming for this. Now, maybe eventually, if it is super even, it does go late, but they're going triple Oracle and heavy blink pressure, all sorts of really these builds that are designed to A, suppress the Zerg, make it so they can't really be happy, and B, multitask the hell out of them. It is such a more exciting style of play. And we talked to Neem today, and he was talking about it. I'm like, okay, where does this come from? And he was saying, I really enjoy this because this allows me to showcase my skill. It allows me to multi-prong and harass and do all these things that I just could not do playing these mass Skytoss styles. So not only is it a higher skill cap, not only is it more exciting in that way, it's also better, I think. I don't think this style is nearly as good. Nice got to it, sure. That was because of a lot of damage. I think it's been 50 minutes. I almost forget. I think that he got it. He got a lot of damage with his Oracle and a depth pressure. So this really has been a game where Nice said, yeah, I'm going to take my advantage. I'm going to move it to the late game where I feel most comfortable. Oh, Zest is playing. He hasn't played for a couple weeks. The last couple weeks of EPT Korea have been pretty horrendous. It's just like 4 pros, and that's about it. And you're like, we're going to have maybe some good semifinals. Yes, Neeb did play the style against Scarlet. He rocked Scarlet. Steadfast. I guess you got 4 minutes. Okay. No, I mean, like, Zest playing in an EPT Korea, he skipped a couple weeks. Yeah, we're doing the entirety of this WTL series. All 6 or 7 games. Ooh, Stu is playing. That's exciting. I am so excited to see the return of Stu in second place. Then I will know the world is as I will know we will have recovered from all the shenanigans the last couple years when Stu is getting second place at Katowice. And more importantly, GSL. That is how I will know. That's where we need to be. Is recall on half this army. Oh no, okay, just Fungal's going down, and Nice saying I can't take that fight. Elazer's actually been building his bank a little bit, but we got to point out he's building his mineral bank. There's no gas for him to mine anymore. I would love to go see if there are any gas extractors that have any sort of gas left. I don't think so. Hey, there we go. Set fast. Next step, second place in GSL. That's how we know. I think the problem with hype for WTL is the fact that there's no concrete WTL stream. It is a couple casters. Really, I think most casters the Seymour offered, just not everyone took them up on it. So yeah, cast this if you want. There's not it's not a thing. It's also at really weird hours, so it's hard to cover, hard to catch. I mean, we say Elazer's somehow growing. He's found little bits of minerals on the map that he can still mine from. I think it's like one mineral patch in the middle left position that's almost mined out. But minerals, they barely matter at this point. It really, okay, he was long distance mining there as well. But minerals don't really matter at this point anymore. It really is all about the gas. And Nice has 4,000 gas. Elazer has 500. And that just makes it so hard for really what Elazer has to do. So he has to get a fungal parasitic bomb combination. And that'll do so. Oh, stasis trap, but we will see some Stargates go down. And this is good preparation. for the fight that Elazer is going to have to take. If he needs to knock down these Stargates and get out with the Ultras, because Ultras at this point are almost unreplaceable, but you still do want them, and they're just going to go down, or at least one of them will go down. Now retreating back to the safety of the Spores. Looks like he will not be able to chase, but one Ultra goes down. Oh, Lings could have gotten a couple High Templar there, but they choose not to. Anyway. Broodlings in stasis. That's interesting. This is the first step. Elazer needs to go and knock down as much of the production as Nice as possible, because again, the economy, or the bank is so good for Nice and really is not good for Elazer. Oh, good feedback there, but Fungals as well are going to knock down a bunch of these Oracles, and that's one way to do it. But with 500 gas, where does Elazer spend the rest of this gas? 3 Infestors is going to be the majority of it. Okay. Really not a lot of gas to build. You can build like 1 more Corruptor, or 2 more Corruptors. There's really not a lot of gas to build anything else. That's the problem at this point. But the question is Elazer somehow able to knock down the production of Nice, so even the bank equality, or the bank problem that Nice has, where Nice just has a much bigger bank, does not really matter. No. Echo Soldier. Columbus doesn't exist. It's in its own time zone of sadness and woe. It's not East Coast. It's not EST. Yeah, World Team League is a really cool format, and I love it objectively. I don't know. It feels like it's always been hard to follow Chinese. Maybe that's what it is. It's always been really hard to follow Chinese tournaments. All right, because like the Golden Pro League and Golden Team League was just always really hard to do, and it was actually hard to get permission. It used to be able to catch. Oh wait, that's a big catch. A lot of those Knight Templar, 3 of them will go down, but also good Fungals, good feedbacks as well. And here comes the final fight. We have my Crypto Shroud going down. Big storms. I'm kind of trying to cast this, but you know, the lag is there. It looks like at the end of it, all the Broodlords will go down. The last gas being spent on just Corruptors. Fungals going down. Lings get on top of everything on the ground. Is there enough here with the Parasitic Bomb to knock down what exists in the sky? I don't think so, but I have been wrong before. There really is not a lot to deal with on the ground anymore. The Mothership doesn't really matter. Elazer just trying to target everything down. And wait a minute, how many Voidories do we have? Looks like we don't have any. How many Interceptors do we have? Looks like we don't have any. Tempests are starting to fall here. And wait a minute, does the Elazer have what it takes? The Mothership goes down. The Sky Armada is falling. A Nice, actually, he's in a bit of a mineral deficit. He doesn't really have what it takes to do anything to spend this gas count. Now we're going to see the Corruptors go down, but the Stalkers blink forward. And there are no more Ultras in this game. Elazer is absolutely broke is a joke. 100% broke. He does have 1 Broodlord. Lings are on the way. And actually, Lings against these Stalkers are very good. These Stalkers blink forward, trying to get on top of the Broodlord. That is dead. Everything else burrows. They just say, run away. We got to make something happen. But there we go. It's going to be a recall. Stalkers stay alive. Elazer has spent his bank. Yeah, the reaction is resources lost. So it's 87k for Elazer, 98. I thought these players both mined out the same, but minus 87k for Elazer, minus 98k for Nice. Yes, I don't have the game files. I'm watching a VOD. Loki Field. Holy guacamole. That was an insane fight there from Elazer, but can he fight what's coming up now? Because, oh, this is so smart. You get some Stalker there to deal with whatever, but you just get a bunch of Archons. You spend the rest of your minerals and gas on Archons, and there is the Lings, the Banes, or excuse me, the Lings and the Ultras are just not going to contest this. And I was so worried about Elazer going and knocking down the Stargates. It really looks like it. Instead, it will be a game where it's all about the ground army. At the end of the day, 57 minutes in. 57 minutes in. It's all the army. Yeah, I'll buy the stack defense arguments. Stalkers blink back. Fungal doesn't really hit. All of my battery, my wireless devices are starting to run down. My mouse is flashing red, saying, hey, you're about to run out of battery soon. My headset is running out of battery as well, because this game has gone too long. My birthday is in 1 hour. No, 57 minutes. Thank you so much, Viperino. Look, but it's not already won the set. It's 2-0 right now. Liquid needs to win to take map 3 to force an ace, and needs to win map 4 to force a win. But nice, he wins that game. Oh, marathon. A really cool game, actually, but a marathon game. Echo Soldier, we're finishing this out. We have about half an hour, 20 minutes. 20 minutes for the rest of the games. Yeah, we need to get you some glasses. We really do. See, luckily, I, as a superior human being, have better than 20/20 vision. I believe I have a 19/20, 20/19, or whatever it is. The whole, I can see it at 20 feet, what the average person can see at 19 feet. Because they update the scores up top, Echo Soldier. I don't know why they don't update the scores in Best of 2. Also, I don't know why there are no team logos. They had it for the last series. They had it for Alpha X versus Platinum Heroes. Look at me. I'm flexing on Twitch chat by talking about how I don't need glasses. In fact, I extra don't need glasses. Yeah, not Xeni. EPT Korea started 5 minutes ago. Have a good night, Xeni. But yes. Is that supposed to be like a phonetic interpretation of XD? EXDX? Yeah, EPT started 5 minutes ago. Once this is over, we're going to raid Steadfast, who is casting it and was hanging out earlier. The man I owe most of my casting success to be totally honest. We try to get back what we can. But also, folks, as we wind this, I mean, we got 20 minutes. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. We're going to get 3 games in 20 minutes. We need 1 game in an hour, but that's how it goes. If you like what I do, if you like my my ESL casting, if you like anything else, please feel free to drop a follow. I know a lot of people. Oh, I just lost my headset. It's dead. I'm back. There we go. I'm back. Now I can hear the game music. Fantastic. I know, a decent amount of people have been, a lot of people have been following me tonight. It's fantastic. But if you like what I do, please feel free. Drop me a follow. I'm not going to complain. And if you do have a Prime Gaming sub burning a hole in your pocket, or you do want to spend $5 and give it to Daddy Bezos, I'm not going to say no. But that is my shilling for now. Yeah, we got to, look, we got to take the opportunity. ESL dropped 3,600 viewers in my lap, and we still are above, well, we're at right around 800. Yes, please give me the actual sound effects. Thanks, dude. 215. I appreciate it. I have this nice wireless mouse, and I forgot to charge it, and now I gotta plug it in. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Zoom. Well, I do have the headphones. I got my backup battery in, so we're fine. But nice after a marathon, an absolute marathon game 1. He says, "Okay, let's drop some dank Templar." Excuse me. Some dark Templar, dank Templar. But this is one with a decently timed third base, 345. And now we're gonna have to see whether Elazer lives up to his much vaunted hype, his perfect, almost perfect DreamHack run in the group stage until he got knocked out. Because Skilless, it's funny, I was talking about PvZ with Scarlet last night. I'm trying to, I was prepping for my cast today. And she was like, yeah, I'm like, oh, she was like, okay, look, Neeb and Harstem are the top two PvZ players in the West. Hero is number 1 overall, but we're talking non-Koreans. It's Hero. It's not Hero. It's Neeb and Harstem. A bro fan. Thank you, Sir Cole. Okay, the DT's finding their way in. Oh, Spore Pop's just. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. They get the catch. I was like, oh man, they almost got the catch and they almost let it go. But Spore Pop's just in time. DT runs back home and it's not going to find really anything, but at least it is the solid defensive tool. But go back to my previous train of thought, because we're not here to talk. We're not here to watch StarCraft. We're here to hear AO pontificate about StarCraft that is tangentially related to the game at hand. If you don't like that, free to leave. But Ling's flying their way on in here. And yeah, DTs, they one-shot Lings, but they don't attack all that quickly. So the Zealots are going to go down. Lings find their way into the main base. And this is a pretty good way to end the game quickly. Elazer not all that interested at all in playing another 57-minute game. So he gets 12 workers down. And DT commitment is already a significant one. DT trying to hold the wall, but it's not even doing that. 17 workers die. Yeah, the probes in the natural, they stay alive for the most part, but it is 83 supply to 42 for Elazer. But anyway, talking about Elazer's PvZ or lack of PvZ, because it looked like this is cleaned up for the most part. I was talking to Scarlet. She said, yeah, Neve, Hearthstone, top 2. I said, well, okay, what about Skillis? Skillis has really been impressing me with his PvZ, and the response was, he's good. He's probably the 3rd best, but he's not close. Which is interesting, of course, because I bring this up because Skillis 3-1'd Elazer. And Elazer actually seemed rather lost in the matchup when he beat Mana. We interviewed him, or someone interviewed him, I forget. And he was like, yeah, I don't really know. And certainly he did seem like his builds were weird. He did seem a little bit lost in his idea about how to deal with this nouveau hero style. So I think that might be part of the reason why Nice got away with what he did in that previous game. Also, I mean, he took insane damage. He did take insane damage. I swear. The amount of going live notifications in a single day I get from Dave Testa is like 3. Like, who streams 3 days? Like, it's impressive to stream 3 different times in the same day. It's like, you stream and you're done. Or you stream, you don't stream. But, I don't know. Anyway, Nice doing the same, trying to go into the same game he did last time, but this is going to be a fantastic scout with these links. He's going to see the additional, or the double Stargate. He's going to see the Robo Bay at some point, and I can't click on that. I can't tell you what those buildings are, but he's going to see them all, and they're going to find some more links, or some more probes. So add that to the tally here, Archons as well, and yeah, Nice. He's trying to go double Stargate and Disruptors and a bunch of stuff, but it's literally 100. Literally 110 army supply to 19. And, yeah, that doesn't work. Doesn't do it for me. I don't know about you, but when you're down an order of magnitude army supply. Yes, thank you, Elazer, for not making me suffer through another 75-minute game. This Clem Dream game, which I don't think we missed anything by skipping to 130. I can't really be bothered to skip back a minute and a half. This game was played before everything else, because Clem had to play in DreamHack today. The actual start time of WTL was right around the time that Clem had to play. So this was played in advance. This is from replays. It does mean that Clem is not available for ace, but Dream would have to 2-0 Clem to make that ace happen. So that is the context. That's what we're looking at right now. Is Dream, he's going to proxy a Reaper. He's doing the Mark Schlappy, one of the Euthermal builds, where you build one barracks on the map. You build one barracks at home. You get Reapers out of both, and you just try to pull the wool over your opponent's eyes and say, yeah, this is very clearly, this is just a Reaper expand. When it's not. You add the second barracks on. It does mean that the command center is later. But Clem on the other side of the map now, he's actually going to find a building command center that is actually not all that far along at all. So he's going to be able to delay that one. And now he's just going to run back home because he sees the 2 Reapers. He says, okay, I know what's up here. This is a bit wonky here, Dream. That is maybe turning into a nightmare just a little bit. But right now it's 1 Reaper to 2, and he's just like, it really needs the SCVs to buffer. Because he's only building one Reaper at a time. Once he gets Hellions out, that becomes a little bit more palatable. But that's why we're seeing the bunker go down. So he really, ideally, Clem, maybe even he pulls some SCVs for this. He wants to make sure that the bunker does not complete, so he's going to run on for it. Actually, great trade there from Clem. He knocks the Reaper down, does not lose one of his own, knocks the SCV down as well, and now he's going to find 3 to 2. But he has a Hellion out. The bunker will not complete. You got to be careful, though. You don't want it to aggro on, but now it's 3 Reapers to 3, and the Hellion. This has just not worked for Dream. It just really has not whatsoever. Reapers stay alive. Second Hellion adds itself in, and there we go. Thank you, Rextor. This is how I know I've really made it. This is how we know it's a really good stream. Actually having copy pasta show up in my chat. That's what we want. There we go. That's it. Now Clem on the other side, and we're going to have to see just how good his micro is here. The bunker's not ready just yet, and there are a decent amount of Reapers, so it's not the easiest fight for Clem to take, especially again. This is Korea to Europe, so not the best ping. Oh, he's going to get the SCV in the last second. The Hellions are such a big problem. Hellions make really just invalidate this army, and Clem is just looking to snowball it. The bunker completes, but there's nothing to go inside. And this natural command center is just never going to complete. SCV is trying to find its way in. Oh, okay, no, it will be able to find that. It's sacrificing its life for the cause, and folks, this is what I'm talking about. If we had mules, if mules were the option, SCVs would not have to die. I believe in the safety. I believe in workplace safety for Terran workers, but clearly the Terran Dominion does not. But regardless of what happens with this small army that Clem has. Well done, Rextor. Well done. Regardless of what is happening at this point, regardless of whether Clem keeps that army alive or not, he is miles ahead. He finds himself up 5 workers, good army supply. His natural is so much faster. So double mules faster. He's getting into his ravens. His tech is faster. His fingers are maybe faster. The time it takes for him to go from his house to Elazer and meet the French president, a lot faster. But yeah, at this point, Kareem, he's got to find some way to make a comeback happen. And in fairness, this is Clem's worst matchup. Although, I think right now he's kind of saying TPC is. I think today would disagree. I'm actually so excited for tomorrow. Hero Marine versus Clem. That is a Hero Marine that can make the finals. And folks, well, you might say, yeah, if Hero Marine makes the finals, Rainer's gonna bop him. I would like to remind you, Katowice, round of 4, Hero Marine got within inches. He got so freaking close to killing Rainer. There was a 3-2 victory for Rainer, and I don't remember the game well enough, but my memory says Fresh Giant actually in the chat, or is he just pinging an account that's not there? Nope, Fresh Giant not in the chat. Ah, Thorn, you baited me out. But Thorn, here's the thing. You say this, but are the right people in the right places with Fresh Giant? Because that's the real question. Do we have the right people in the right place? That's the important thing. But talking about Hero Marine, he gave within inches of killing Rainer. So I don't think if Hero Marine makes that finals, if he's able to take down Clem, which is very realistic. No, you don't get your third base. The Hero Marine has a puncher shot. Absolutely, he's got a puncher shot. You think Dreams wins this game, Crazel? Clem is in a fantastic spot in this game. Like, Clem is significantly far ahead here after the pressure from Dream did not find much of anything. Now the Marines will stim, and they're going to try to get something. Really, they won't get anything from what Clem has. Clem's stim is not done just yet. Actually, that's a bit of a mistake. His stim is not done. Bio's trying to get on top of that tank, but now we have auto turrets spamming on top of everything here. I think Clem dropped more, and he did. So third base is going to get broken. Vikings trying to knock it down. I don't think this is going to start to burn necessarily, but it is doing a... Oh, actually, as the Vikings, more of them arrive, this will start to burn. It will necessitate a repair right now, and that buys, well, next to not a lot, but it does cost money. So that is something. Your Raven looking to drive on in. Once again, auto turret, it does get dropped, but that is not going to be enough. Crazel, you're wrong. Clem takes game 1. Fair. I'll take it. You know what? Give me those. Give me the hot takes. Give me those hot takes. Yeah. So Crazel, if you just got here and you're curious what happened in this game, Dream went for the thermal build where you build one barracks dome, one barracks on the map. You proxy one Reaper, keep one Reaper, and you try to put pressure on. It's like a proxy 1.5 barracks Reaper play. Oh no. That was not important. Echo sold E3, that was not important at all. Like there's no import there. Exactly. Now, what Rexter says, on the other hand, is supremely important. Supremely important. I cannot imagine Rextor sending me anything but like the utmost impactful things in my life. But Echo just exists to waste my time. But anyway, so Khelazhur, Dream went for it. It really didn't get anything done. Clem took a great fight, 2 Reapers on 2 Reapers, where he was able to kill one. And then it snowballed out, and of course Dream's behind because he found no value. The army of Clem, plus with additional Reapers and more Hellions, dives across the map, kills an SCV, denies the command center for quite a while, and then it just snowballs out of there. My mom texted me this morning. She's like, "Oh, it's your birthday tomorrow." I'm like, she's like, 26 years ago I was in labor, whatever, mom stuff. And my response was, and I've been a pain in the butt ever since. Which is pretty true. Nina, you're trying to tell me that Echo is innocent when he hangs out with you? Like, even if he had a young mind of gold at some point, he deals with you on a daily basis now. And I'm pretty sure any sort of young mind of gold. Here's the thing, Nina. A gold is super malleable. Just gonna put that out there. And, don't say anything, but, hey, Naomi's a goddess. Echo is literally never innocent. Naomi's a goddess. This is actually our second to last game of the day. We went live after casting a decent amount from EPT, or from DreamHack the last day. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you there, Rextor. Now, Nina, you too can spam Beofrodo emotes. Down a little bit. Now here comes the Reaper Hellion from Clem. He found a lot of value in that first game, but this one, of course, he didn't snowball it, so he's just trying to find something, and that's a little bit less realistic right now. But if he gets a couple SCVs or knocks down something that's nice, the addition of the Cyclone says, run away. The KDA charge is not going to be good enough. And at the end of the day, that really was not all that impactful either way. Who is Beowulf, Nina? I know of a Beowulf, but who's Beowulf? Oh, you're right, Thorn. That can't be it. We can't go to Ace Mesh now. You're still wrong, Nina, but thank you. Dreamer won the... Okay, Khelazhur. Just for you. Just for you. I said I opened up the Gambos. And I know if someone really wanted to, they can go and check WTL. But these are larvae. Do you really want to hold that many eggs in your hand at any given time? Like, that sounds kind of gross. And you hold them and they go rotten and then they break and it's gross. So, folks, larvae are meant to be spent. Eggs must be used. All right, but Dream here trying to get active on the map just a little bit. And Khelazhur, by the way, if you don't vote for Dream on this, I'm going to be very disappointed because I gave you the opportunity. I gave you the opportunity to open up the gambling. Like, actually, Echo Soldier, are you memeing or is that accurate? If it's just that easy, I'm going to be kind of jealous. It took me a solid 8 months to get approved to do EPT Cups. Do you know Apollo? But okay, so on the high ground, Clem's going to own the spot here, but again, with the Ravens and the tanks and everything. Really what Clem's trying to do is he's treating this army like a bunch of Blink Stalkers, where he's just trying to collect the army, do some damage, delay the push, and delay the push, and delay the push, where eventually he's going to be able to have a solid defense. Meanwhile, Raven on the other side dropping auto turrets means we're not going to have disables or significant auto turrets for this defense, which gets a little complicated. That's cool. Well, see, Echo Soldier, Apollo tweeted at me once during Katowice and said, "Hey, Bayo, good job." Like, that is my calling card. I'll take it. But now here come the Vikings dropping on down. Ravens, or Reapers actually, for 6 minutes in, they're finding some good value, but Ravens on the high ground. There are 3 of them. Disables on the tanks. Does Dream have what it takes to knock down Clem to at least get a second map for his team? This is a scary position indeed. The tanks, they siege up, and they are just going to immediately get actually killed this time. Not even disabled. SCVs are going to get pulled. We see 1 tank disabled, but there are still 2 where that came from. Army coming in from the backside here. SCVs not really being pulled all that appropriately, not doing what they need to do, so the tanks are still there. Eventually, they will fall, but 24 SCVs have paid the iron price. That being said, Clem holds, and we will see at least one of these Ravens go down. And actually, this Dream's reinforcing here. This is a bit awkward because he's going to lose 2 Ravens. The third one has no energy. He's not going to have energy for a while. Darth Mufasa, it very much depends. Actually, in StarCraft, well, hold that thought because Dream is continuing to rally on and he wants to end this game. And honestly, he's in a great spot to do it. He's up 11. Well, actually, he's not maybe in a great spot to end the game. He's in a great spot to win the game with that economic damage, up 11 workers, up with the 3rd base on location. In general, the ability showcasing the ability to co-cast is never going to hurt you. In fact, in StarCraft, and this is something I struggle with on a daily basis when I'm on big broadcasts, everyone from StarCraft, we come up solo casting. We come up grinding it out, doing what I'm doing right now, and we get a ton of bad habits in terms of how to interact with our co-caster. As the Vikings run forward here. Good siege up right now. And actually, there's tank range. So that's going to be a dead tank there from Clem. Not really a solid defensive position. Oh, no. Clem is participating in ESL Asia? Really? This is not ESL Asia, by the way. This is WTL from earlier this morning. But anyway. Where was, yeah, so if you, certainly co-casting with someone famous showing you can do it is fantastic. And even just setting up a regular co-casting practice, what really helped me move to that next level fast was the fact that, like, for 2 years, I just co-cast with Steadfast. All right. But at the end of the day, it's all about the reps. It's all about proving that you can talk well and do the stuff and do the networking and everything else. So yeah, it boosts you. But in StarCraft, we have enough of a heritage of making your way up through the solo ranks that is like kind of like the expected path, that someone coming up and saying, yeah, I've only done duo casting, it doesn't really it gives you a little bit, and yeah, it's nice, but it's not necessarily what's going to get you noticed. But now here comes the drop in the main base. Actually, Viking lead for Clem right now. That is something. But the problem is the tanks on the low ground are just so hard for Clem to deal with right now. But he's going to rotate over to the right side, and Bio's going to get on top of these tanks. That's going to be nice here to start. Decent trades for Clem right now. The supplies are starting to equalize a little bit. Folks, we have 10 times 69 viewers right now. Nice. Sorry. Nice. There we go. And now Clem looking for the break right here, right now, before the tanks. These siege of SCVs getting pulled once again, but the tanks are just reigning supreme. Raining hellfire and damnation in this game. Dream takes it.